Green cube. Green sphere. Oh, since I don't have that many, it's probably not worth doing.
I hope this was a good idea.
There we go, Criminy.
So what is through this door? A death trap? A mad scientist with a pretty girl and a talking robot? An alien cafeteria? Why am I just standing here? After all, as Brink found out, the worst thing that can happen is you can take one wrong step and you're dead.
What is this? I see something flickering over here. Haha. Oh, the pillars.
When this rock fell from the ceiling, it must have cracked open an energy conduit under the floor. It won't do anything.
Probably not a good idea to just touch randomly sparking anything.
There's a huge amount of energy flowing along this column.
Alright. Let's head down this open door.
So much for the cafeteria idea.
Boston, are you there?
They use geometric shapes as a kind of combination for the locks.
Boston, you won't believe where I am. I'm in a place filled with alien technology, the most fantastic things I've ever seen. And the machines are working.
What are they doing?
I don't know yet. I mean, they're really alien. Like nothing I've seen before.
Don't go too fast, Maggie.
I'll be careful, Boston. But it's not like we have time to use correct scientific procedures to test these things.
Where are you? How can I get to you?
I wish I knew. It's a sure thing you can't get here the way I did. I slid through a low tunnel in the rock, and then it kind of got filled with debris when the roof collapsed.
You could have been killed.
Gee, I guess this isn't safe. But if we'd been together, whoever went through the crack second would definitely have been killed. Keep that in mind when you're thinking about coming to save me. I handled it just fine.
Yeah, I guess you did.
We're both doing okay, Boston. We'll find a way to connect up with each other when it matters.
Maggie, good work.
Thanks, Boston.
Alright. Convenient how she managed to find another way around. And we just can't get there ourselves. Speaking of mist, here we go. Got our own Riven transportation system here.
Now I know what my pet hamster felt like. I need some help to pry this door open. I need some help to pry this door open. I can't use these two things together. I need some help to pry this door.
Okay. Ruined door.
Nothing could open this door.
A fossil.
It won't do anything. Plenty of water here. If it's drinkable, then we won't die right away. We'll have plenty of time to starve to death. If Maggie were here, I'd tell her not to take a chance on swimming in the same water with a large eel that may or may not think of her as dinner. So maybe I'll take my own advice and stay on dry land.
Yeah, I can see there's a little bit of a mist vibe for sure.
Robbins, this is Lowe. Do you read?
This is Robin.
Okay, I
Never
can't
mind.
tell her about the gigantic creature that just came and ate another smaller creature.
Another ghost. The last one pointed the way down into the Nexus. Of course, that's how Brink died. I can't open. It won't accomplish anything. It won't do anything. I can't open it. A bunch of displays set into the walls. Inscriptions here and there. I'd say it looks like some kind of museum. Symbols written on a plate. Looks like an alphabet.
Oh, good. Another thing I've got to learn. Learning another alien language alphabet.
Strange glowing crystals. I have 2 crystals.
Actually, speaking of alphabet and space games, there was an adventure game, well, it's a puzzle game, but it was like a Myst-like game. It's called Cydonia, and it's basically a game where you get trapped on Mars. But they actually have a Martian language and an alphabet in that game. And of course, I believe I tried to learn the alphabet. It's Chozos.
Could this be some sort of burial chamber?
Hey, Warlurker. Oh, I see. It's one of those "do you want to be famous" chats. Well, let's not do that then. And there's another crystal rod. Some kind of resurrection.
Another one of these engravings on a stick.
So I must have lucked out and got the right one then, if these go to different doors.
That canister sure packs a punch.
Well, look who it is.
Boston!
Maggie, I found you.
I wasn't aware that I was missing.
You know what I mean. I found a way to get where you are. Through the museum, back that way.
That's nice, Boston. If that's the museum, then I guess this is the library.
I found out how to open doors back in the Nexus. There's a tram that leads out here.
Look, Boston, I think it's great you're finding things out, but I'm trying to concentrate here. I feel like I'm so close to making sense of some of this stuff, and I just want to stay here and keep working. All right?
Sure, of course. Anyway, I know where to find you, and you know how to get out of here if you want to.
Thanks. Yes. When I learn something, I'll call you on the box, okay?
All right. All right, yes, I won't bug you anymore right now.
Except I need you to help me open a door.
I don't think we'll be able to fix this screen.
I've decided that has to be a control console for a data retrieval system. When I use the controls, different inscriptions appear, sometimes different languages. If English comes up, I'll let you know.
The screens must be part of one large computer. Looks like the plant has permanently broken the screen. I found this in the museum. Can you read it?
It's not the same set of symbols I'm finding in the database here. I don't think it's designed for strangers to be able to read it. It seems like it would give off a lot of light.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. There was another door. No, that's just a display. Dad, look at that display. Museum tram. Now I'm willing to bet that the same combination will not work here. So I lucked out on that one then. And then it's the green cube. Yeah. Okay, so now we need to look at a different one. So we're looking at a red diamond and a green, I guess, sphere, and a blue hex, and is that a green hex? I guess that's probably a green hex. There's no guarantee this is even the combo for this door. Apparently not. Red diamond, green sphere, blue hex. Well, there's only so many doors, so won't take too long. It'll just be a pain. Oh, it was on green sphere. Damn it! Gotta circle around. There's gotta be a better way to do this puzzle. Hello, by the way, Riddle of the Sphinx. Hey, it's this door. Okay. I've not seen any other plates either.
Uh-oh. The other trams came as soon as I called them. Maybe there are some controls somewhere.
Checking for a control panel. Thing about these games, the items in Monkey Island were pretty prominent, but some of these games really make you hunt for pixels. Okay, I don't think we're going to find it here. I don't think we're going to find it here. That's not helpful, because I don't have another rod to open up another area. So what do you mean there's a control panel? It's not this thing, do you think?
When this rock fell from the ceiling, it must have cracked open an energy conduit under the floor.
Wires? Sticking wires into sparking energy conduits is probably not the best idea.
Always attach the jumper cables to the dead battery first. I can't use these two things together.
Right. Well, these are, the combinations are basically just another tumbler lock. I could theoretically brute force my way through them, but there'd be like 10,000 combinations.
Nothing happened.
I'm not seeing any of these.
Nothing happened.
Ah.
You could be irritating sometimes, but you sure didn't deserve to die.
I really doubt that this goes to any other puzzle. I think it's pretty well established that each of these doors has its own combo. Ah, I hate that. I hate when the games move forward and then you hit a brick wall. Obviously, I must have something in my inventory. This thing hasn't changed at all. So the only other thing is that bridge. I have to somehow pry open the... Wait a minute.
That won't fit. That won't fit. It won't do anything. That won't fit. It's an energizer. It's an energizer.
All right, get out of this screen, damn it.
There's a signal here, but I'm not getting it. It doesn't...
Gotta go open that panel on the bridge controls.
It's pointing behind me.
Yeah, that's no longer helpful, unfortunately. I don't think I need this anymore.
Operating normally.
Back to the museum, I guess, unless there's something around here.
There's a signal here, but I'm not getting... Doesn't...
That's not really as helpful as you might think it would be. Be nice if it was a little hint sphere or something pointing to where you need to find the next thing, but it doesn't. It doesn't point at anything half the time. It spins around when you're in a room that you're supposed to be in. But that doesn't help. Yeah, okay, can we... I don't think we need to see this every time. So there's a door that I need help opening. There's the bridge that I need to open the panel to.
I can't use these two things together. I need some help to pry this door open.
Damn it.
Robbins, this is Lowe. Do you read?
Oh, well, here we go.
This is Robbins.
How are you doing with your data retrieval?
I'm retrieving. I'm just not understanding.
But you're pretty sure it's their language.
I don't know. Just like the museum you found, I think this library was meant to be used by lots of different species. I think this language may have been especially designed to be easy to translate.
If it's easy, why is it taking so long?
It's easy compared to translating a genuinely alien language that you've never heard spoken aloud. Give me a break, Boston. I think I've got a handle on a couple of the symbols, but I have to test it out and see if it makes sense.
I'm thinking that maybe we should consider teaming up again.
Why? I think the answer to getting home is here in these displays. You go out and explore like you have been, and I'll work at getting us home. When I figure it out, I'll take you with me. No charge.
Do you think it's possible to raise the dead?
Spiritually, yes. I've witnessed many ceremonies. Physically rejuvenate, I'm not sure. Why?
Oh, probably nothing.
So I use the crystals on Brink.
I wish you could read this inscription. I keep thinking that it really matters.
Give me a chance to get a handle on their language first. I'll give your inscriptions a try when I can.
Thanks.
So the symbol, or the displays in the museum there did kind of show two stones that were able to bring back this skeletal Chozo back to life. So I guess it was implied that you're supposed to pick those crystals up and they work on Brink as well. Alright, where is he? He's over here.
Who knows if this will even work? Even if these really are the same crystals I saw resurrecting an alien in that museum display, they weren't designed for humans, but it's worth a shot. Brink, are you okay?
I feel fine. What happened? I remember digging, and the ground gave way under me.
Brink, you've been dead for several hours.
You Americans, always exaggerating.
I assure you, Brink, no pulse, no breath, dead. But I found a couple of life crystals in a museum, and from a display there, I got an idea of how to use them.
Where's the crystal? I have to see it.
I wasn't sure it would work on a human being.
Our cellular structures must be very similar. Boston, it didn't just bring me to life. It brought me to life. I feel more powerful, more energetic, more alive than I've ever felt before.
Maggie, do you read me?
Yes, I do. I hope this is important.
I think so. Brink isn't dead anymore, Maggie.
You have a very sick sense of humor. Goodbye.
No, wait, I'm serious.
Deadly serious.
Brink! I can't believe it.
It was a crystal I found in the museum. The display there showed it bringing someone back to life. So I tried it.
A crystal that heals the dead. If we ever get back home, this will change the world. It'll change everything.
It's not just being alive again, Maggie. I feel perfect. I feel like I never knew what good health was until today.
Now it's all the more important we find a way home.
It's always kind of important to me.
Keep exploring, Boston. I'll get back to work on the language.
You got it, Maggie.
Yeah, I think now we can use him to help with that door.
Brink. You still feel okay, Brink?
It's almost worth falling through holes on alien planets if you feel this good afterward.
And I think maybe we can use this other one on that fossil.
This place is as empty as an ancient ruin, but at the same time, almost everything is still in working order.
I know what you mean. This must have been how the Bear's house felt to Goldilocks. They just stepped away for a moment. They'll be back anytime.
Do you think Maggie can learn an alien language?
She's very intuitive. If she used a crystal, she could learn anything.
Maggie's found a library, or that's what we think it is.
Can she read the language already?
She's working on it. She has mastered the library controls.
Well, even if we can't find a way to get home, at least she may learn enough to help us stay alive here.
I don't know if we want to talk to him about these crystals. That doesn't go
What do you
well.
think the chances are that scientists back on Earth will be able to figure out these life crystals and make more?
They have to, that's all. You have no idea how good it feels to have such strength surging through my body. And not just my body. My mind has never been so alert. We have to find more of these crystals if we can. More and more of them.
I got this inscription from the museum. What do you think?
I think that's Maggie's department. I don't want to be bothered with things like this.
Keep your eyes open for any metal plates like the ones we found back on Attila. I think if we find the right ones, they may fit in a triangular alcove in the Nexus.
And if they do fit, what would happen?
I have no idea, Brink, but I still think it's worth searching for them. The ghost we saw that led us to that hole you fell through. I saw another one at the museum spire.
A museum guide?
Whatever these ghosts are, I think they're trying to lead us to something.
Ah, but are they leading us somewhere we want to go?
Thanks.
Alright. So now... Okay, he does come with us. Let's go open that door. He might even be able to help me with the panel. Might be able to rip open the panel. Go down the ramp. No, this is the wrong place. I forgot. It's a door. We need the museum tram. Okay, he's just walking away. I need you to come with me. No? Oh, there you are. Alright, let's go open that door.
Brink, would you give me a hand with this?
Sure.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh boy. Oh boy, we found the drug stash.
That was the longest visit from a ghost yet.
The whole display is centered on this basin. It's full of crystals. Are these the life crystals? Like the one you used to bring me back to life?
They look like it.
Then it couldn't be more clear. These life crystals are the reason they brought us to this world. They have found the secret of life, and they want to share.
Weren't you watching, Brink? I don't care what language you speak, that ghost shaped itself like a skull. It was warning us. These crystals are dangerous.
It was the symbol of death, Lo. These crystals are the antidote for death. That's what it meant.
What if there are side effects? Did you think of that?
The side effect is that I feel better than I ever felt before. If you had used a life crystal on yourself, your mind would also be as clear as mine. And you'd see that there is nothing more important than getting these crystals and using them.
Brink, I think you're wrong. I think we need to be careful.
These aliens are kind and good, Commander. They have given us a gift.
Yeah? Well, if this is all so perfect, where are these aliens?
Maybe they've moved on to a higher plane of existence.
Or maybe they're all dead.
See how badly your brain is working. How could they be dead? They invented these life crystals. Commander, I feel sorry for you. Still tied down by an ordinary mind and ordinary fears. But I feel too good to want to argue with you. Believe what you want. I'm taking as many of these crystals as I can carry.
Well, I'm gonna take some for study back on Earth. I'm just not gonna use them.
But you will, Commander.
All right.
Maybe I should take one more life crystal.
I think we probably got enough. Hey, Cleric Preston. Yeah, I could just see him rattling around in there because they never really talk about whether it's suspended or if there's a seat in there. There's a canister here too. Oh boy. This canister was in one of the
There is no reaction.
displays.
Brink. Never mind.
That looks like a plate. I still need to find more plates. But anyway, now we can at least go out the door. It seems like it's an infinite supply of crystals, so that's a good thing. Let's go see if we can't talk to Maggie. Actually, first, let's try it on the fossil here and see if we can bring back another turtle that can be eaten by a sea monster.
It won't do anything.
What do you mean it won't do anything?
I can't use these two things together.
All right. Faster. See if we can't get him to rip open this panel.
I can't open
Apparently not.
it. A canister. Didn't I see a picture of something like this in one of the museum displays?
You did. I just gotta remember which one it is. it's not this one. This is showing coming down into the island.
I don't see any aliens coming to greet us.
Yeah, it's fine. I haven't fallen out of it again. Seems like they planted a tree.
The larger moon is being eclipsed by the smaller one.
Okay. Alright, so these are the... This is the depiction of the stone bringing back the skeleton to life. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Spielberg would have wanted this made as a film, because at least from what I read on the
These
wiki,
crystals are the antidote for death. That's what it meant.
on the wiki he specifically approached LucasArts to make a game out of the idea. So I don't know if he had fully fleshed it out or not to make a movie out of it.
Yes?
Do you not see Brink?
Robbins. How could a crystal bring the dead back to life?
I'm no expert on it, but I once talked to a forensic examiner, and she told me that even in the short time Brink was dead, irreparable damage happens to the body's cells, especially the brain cells.
He doesn't seem to have forgotten anything.
Makes you wonder if maybe memories are stored somewhere else, and the brain is only the data retrieval system.
What do you mean? Stored somewhere else?
Not even in the body. Think about it.
How are you doing with your data retrieval?
I'm retrieving, I'm just not understanding.
But you're pretty sure it's...
I don't just like... I think
If
it's
it-
easy. Give me a... I think I'd want. You go out and explore when I figure...
Brink is alive again. I can't believe it.
I can't either. I sure hope he's the same person.
It's in the balls. The memory's stored in the balls.
Thanks.
Okay, here we go. Okay, see this?
Boom.
So it's like an explosive. Well, I was making a joke because the meme that pee is stored in the balls. I don't know if that has made its way into other languages, but anyway. Right, so we have this canister that I don't know why I need to use that just yet.
There's a signal here. but I'm
See,
not
this
getting a
thing is
clear reading.
worthless.
It doesn't point in any direction.
Okay. We gotta figure this thing out.
It won't accomplish anything. I can't use these two things together. It won't do anything. I can't open it. It won't do anything.
I suppose
It
life
won't do
crystals
anything.
help.
It won't do anything. It won't accomplish anything. I can't use these two things together.
I had to
Just needs a little adjustment.
Oh. Now does it work? Makes a different noise now. Oh good, another sound puzzle.
I can't open it. Okay, so maybe it needs a little more adjustment. If at first you don't succeed,
Do we use the light with the lens?
it won't accomplish anything. I can't use these two things together. It still doesn't work. If at first you don't succeed,
See, I don't think it would go vertical like this because it's a platform. Pretty sure this is a bridge.
if at first you don't succeed,
Brink,
Brink,
do you have any ideas?
you still feel okay, Brink?
It's
Alright.
Thanks. Gross. Hey, Brink. Do you think... Brink? Brink? Where are you? Brink, answer me.
Brink, can you hear me? Where are you?
Maggie, Brink's run off. He wasn't acting very rational when we found a big supply of life crystals. I'm afraid maybe those things are addictive, or they altered his personality or something. A ghost tried to warn us, but Brink was feeling too cocky to listen to good advice.
Just when this place starts looking benign, it finds new ways to be dangerous.
Anyway, I'm going on without him. I can't think of anything else to do.
I'll try to contact him now and then, see if he's willing to talk.
Thanks, Maggie. I'm beginning to take this personally.
Well, that's
Nobody wants to stay with me. Maybe it's my deodorant. I think it failed somewhere back there on Attila.
that's a little bit obscure to make that happen. Oh goody. The head bone's connected to the leg bone, and the I think that goes together. This doesn't seem like it goes together. Okay, that seems like it. Maybe? Okay, that's got to go together right there, right? Maybe. Shit. This might be the head, yeah. But I don't know what the head is. It kind of looks like it goes like that. Hold on. Do I have to look at this fossil? Okay. So there's a long, I think that's the little head, and then that's that plate looking thing. And so then the two arms go sticking out that way. I guess that's the pelvis. And then you got the little spider legs there. Yeah, operation. Yeah, I think it is pretty tropey, I guess. In you can kind of guess what happens to certain characters or how they're gonna go. What is this? That's got to be in there then. No, no. Got to go like no. There, because we need the legs to go off. So wait a minute, is that? Or is this a tail? Okay, I think that is correct. I couldn't tell you about the rest of this crap. No, there we go. Okay, that's that one. And then that must be the neck. I think it goes that way. And then... Nope. Okay, I can't access inventory. It seems like a cruel joke here. Brought it back to life for no reason.
Rose. I'm pretty sure he's still hungry.
Do we put the explosive in this? I think I must have to bring it back to life with an explosive in it. You know what would have been darkly funny though is if we had put it together wrong and brought it back to life and it was just this abomination. It's just like, kill me. that goes up here. Gotta do it again. You couldn't just spit it back out perfectly together. Okay.
It won't do anything.
Ah, all right. So,
It won't accomplish
is this
anything.
meaningful? Yeah, that would also be nice. I agree. Just have him automatically do it, put it together.
It won't accomplish anything.
I feel like maybe this is just a little gimmick fun thing. Because sometimes games will have you do a puzzle one time, preparing you to have to do it again later. But this just seems like it's circling around. Like we would just endlessly bring it back to life and put it back together. I thought maybe it had something to do with that, but apparently not. Apparently we don't need to blow this thing up. So we'll just leave it as is. Let's go see if we can't find Brink again. Brink does not appear to be here. I don't really need to keep bringing those with me. Okay. So there was the other panel that didn't work, right? The other tram. The tram is still here, which indicates that Brink didn't go this way, though. So he might have been up in the museum part, looking at the displays. We don't have another crystal rod. Do I have anything for the spark? Putting an explosive in the sparks doesn't seem like a great idea, but
It won't accomplish anything.
yeah. There's got to be a reason for that. It's got to be something we can do.
There's nothing to tie the wire to. Nothing happened.
Yeah, it's got to be that panel upstairs. We got to fix that. Because there's no other panel here. Still didn't find another plate for that. He wasn't sitting on one. I honestly don't think there's anything back up in the canyon to go for. We could go up there and look. I don't think Brink is there, though. Oh, hey, there is this, however.
It's radiating energy.
Get
It's
on it.
radiating energy. I can't use these two things together. I can't use these two things. I can't use these two things together. It's pointing behind me. Robbins, this is Lowe. Do you read?
Robin's here. What is it?
Brink seemed to be getting pretty strange before he took off on his own.
Perhaps those crystals have some sort of side effect. Or maybe he just wants to be alone for a while.
Do you think Brink's running off had anything to do with the ghosts?
Maybe he feels a special kinship with them, now that he's been dead.
Maggie, I found a plate like the ones in the asteroid that triggered our journey here.
For all we know, any plates we find might send us on a voyage to the opposite edge of the galaxy.
Tell you what, I'll keep looking for more of them and you decipher that language so we can read the directions.
Great. You get to look for metal things lying around on the ground while I have to decode a completely alien language without any information about how they think or what they might be writing about. Yeah, that's a fair division of labor.
Okay, we've already had that one.
Still looking for more of these?
No, no,
While you're
no.
at- Or
Can you see this on your communicator screen?
some kind of inscription?
I found this in the museum. Can you read it?
It's not the same set of symbols I'm finding in the database here. I don't think it's designed for strangers to be able to read it.
Thanks.
Okay. Still nothing here.
Whatever creature these bones used to be, I don't think we've got anything like it on Earth.
Well, we can find out what it was.
I guess too many bones are missing for this to work.
Put the bones back that I took
It
out?
won't do anything. I can't use these two things together.
Yeah, there's nothing else here. Okay. Well, I admit to being at a bit of a loss here. What does he keep pulling out, by the way? Every time we walk in here, he's looking at
There's
something.
a signal here, but I'm not getting a clue. It doesn't point in any...
I guess it's the flashlight, probably. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
That won't fit.
Yeah.
It's where all the crystals meet. It's an energized crystal. That won't fit. It won't do anything.